Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be looking at the current ENSO model predictions, which is El Nino or La Nina, throughout what looks like the rest of the year, and how it might impact the early start or a later start to hurricane season. So here is the model predictions. This is from Columbia University's uh, Prediction Center, their climate school with International Research Institute for Climate and Society. So, over the past couple months, we've been in a fairly moderate strength La Nina. You can see observed January, February, March at negative 0.81 degrees Celsius. Now, I don't know what the conversion is to Fahrenheit off the dome, because I believe there's fractions involved, and that's crazy. But you can see that we are going further. We've been going further into the La Nina range here. But now, the projections for March, April, May, and April, May, June are a little bit higher, generally. Now, we're going to use the statistical average here. So the statistical average shows it's about this track here. So you can see April, May, June. It's actually, can I click on it? I think I have to do this. Let's just do this real quick so we can isolate. This is, I didn't know I could do this. This is actually pretty cool. So we're going to isolate all these. We're going to use the statistical average for this. So we were at negative 0.89 degrees Celsius from March, and that's the observed temperature in the ENSO region, which is off the coast of South America, near Peru and Ecuador. The water's out there, which affects all the weather in the United States. So for April, May, June, the statistical average is forecasting negative 0.72, which is a bit higher than the March observed temperature. Then in May, June, July, that continues to increase to a negative 0.6 degrees Celsius. June, July, August, now we're in the start of the peak of hurricane season, negative 0.51 degrees Celsius. And July, August, September, the peak of hurricane season, negative 0.49. So you can see we're going to be getting into more of a neutral stance, which is usually in between 0.5 and negative 0.5. So you can see here we are now right around the brink of neutral. So August, September, October, negative 0.51. And then you can see it starts to decrease more going into September, October, November, December, negative 0.54, 0.51, 0.47, and you can see toward the start of winter, we're going to be shifting more into a neutral stance. Now, in the past, I've seen that La Nina usually affects hurricane season with a weak La Nina, a little bit more activity, and maybe a little bit more activity in the Atlantic, but a little less in the Pacific. And then from the early projections for this winter, even if you want to know about that, usually neutral allows for more nor'easters. We saw that, I believe, last year, where we had all of those nor'easters in the Northeast, especially in February. That was because we were in ENSO neutral. So it does look like during the hurricane season we could see some activity. Now, there was a prediction from the Colorado State University that showed about above average stats for this year, potentially. Now, there is going to be high activity, not really hyper activity, I don't think. I think we're going to see, maybe just above average. I believe the average is 18 named storms, so maybe like 21, 22 named storms. And, the strengths of those storms could be a little bit higher compared to the average here, with the potential, since the waters of the Pacific will be cooler, maybe the Atlantic will be a little bit warmer to contrast that, and we see some more development there. But that's just me speculating at this point. But I do want to go through the GFS here, and we might start off this hurricane season pretty slow. You can see here that, we really don't have much activity. You have a coastal low that doesn't want to go away, but really just this general area, our main development region, pretty slow. Our secondary development region in the west is fairly slow as well. So it doesn't look like at the beginning of this hurricane season, while we're still in that slight La Nina, moderate La Nina, that we're going to see much activity. But as we get more toward neutral, we could see a little bit more activity. So maybe June, July, August, September time frame, we could see more activity building up and building up. Now, the National Hurricane Center starts to administer their alerts and forecasts for tropical development starting May 15th, and hurricane season officially starts on June 1st, which is rapidly approaching at this point. It's crazy to think that the spring months are starting to come to a close, and we are getting closer and closer to summer, which is going to be a very exciting time this year. Back into hurricane season, which probably gonna have to say is, my second favorite time of the year. I'm gonna have to rank winter storm season above it, just because of how exciting that is. But definitely one of my most exciting and influential parts of the year for me. Just typically from my stats, the summer and the winter are my peaks of the year. So, which is great because I like to, get into conversations with you guys on, winter storms and hurricanes, and it's awesome. So, I'm really looking forward to this hurricane season. I think it's going to be a good one. But that is all the information that I have for today. If you found this video informative and useful, consider subscribing and clicking the bell so you don't miss any more of my tropical updates throughout this year. And hit the like button if you're ready for hurricane season and, can't wait to start seeing stuff spin up in the Atlantic. But that is all I have for today. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.